Three, two, one. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 445, recorded December 2nd, 2015. I am Brian Kilby. With me, we have Matt, Diecast, Chris, Don, and Rob Clay. Gentlemen, how's it going? It's December.
Yep.
I spent a whole lot of money Christmas shopping the other day. And
Yep.
I just want it to be the end of 2017.
Why the end of 2017?
Look, Diecast, you're putting the cart in front of the horse here.
I know.
we'll get there.
I know.
Oh gosh, that means at the end of this month we have to do our 2015 year in review.
Yay.
That's a lot of work.
Yay.
That's a lot of work.
Yes,
Not
it is.
really. We have the whole page of notes from the last year.
I still got to edit it though. Hey, but on the plus side, that is like the most listened to episode of the year.
Oh,
Isn't
nice.
that like a 3-hour show?
Last year was pretty long.
Yeah,
Why don't we just do a year in review every week then, if that's the most listened to episode?
I know. It's like the most SEO layered episode that we do. It's like Google, 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 Google. We love you, Google. Okay, let's see here. Did anybody get anything? I did.
I did as well.
I just want to comment on mine first because I have some strong thoughts on this. I got Transformers. Who else got this last week? Transformers Adventure Grimlock.
The Voyager one?
Yeah, the Voyager one. It's based, of course, on Fall of Cybertron Grimlock, which I was not a fan of. Not a fan of that toy. And I can't say that I'm a fan of this toy either, mostly because it feels kind of cheap when it comes to
Like the Fall of Cybertron one did.
It's the plastic quality. I don't know if that's a mold thing. I think it may be a reuse of the mold, but to me, this toy is so much better as Robots in Disguise Grimlock than Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. He just looks more like that character to me, and he's retooled. His head is have it in robot mode. If you're watching video, here's his Grimlock head, kind of right there because of my spotlight. But I like it a lot from a looks perspective. But I have a hard time getting past the fact that his plastic just kind of feels crappy. Plus, there's a few paint app issues with mine. But
A paint app mishap?
A paint app mishap. But in general, though, as far as the look goes, he makes a better red Grimlock to me. But it's not worth $55, which is what I paid for it.
Oh. Is it third party?
It's almost third party.
No, then it would be $98.
No, I got it through a third party retailer on Amazon because they had it in stock as a Prime purchase. And to be completely honest, I will just jump on something if it's available via Prime and I can get it in 2 days as opposed to 2 weeks.
Yeah. I got something via Prime.
You and Matt both did.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
something small, right, Matt?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just a little guy. Oh, you actually have yours out of the box.
Well,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
got it out of the box.
Jeez. Mine's in the box. He's probably staying in the box. How do you like it?
Diecast. They went back and remade parts to create that toy. It is a awesome toy to display.
You know,
and to play
if all
with.
you wanted was a box, I'm sure Matt would have just sold you the box from his.
Yeah,
No,
take.
it has a window.
You wouldn't even open the
I can
flap, you'd
open
never
the
know.
window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Stick a brick or something in there.
I got my
Somebody else has touched before, so
I got my Grimlock complete at a flea market for $23.
1974,
mine.
Don.
And I played with my Trypticon. Take your $100 plus Trypticon out and play with it.
But yeah, I've actually never had this mold before. I really, really enjoy this thing.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Did you put the
And
battery-
no, I have not put batteries in it yet. And I got it on the Lightning deal too, which is
Nice.
even better.
So
That's why I picked it up. Lightning deal.
So, question: does it still take D batteries, or did they change that out?
It
I
still
think
takes
they
two
see.
batteries.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is like, I can imagine, nowadays people trying to remember what a C battery was.
Oh, was it C?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
sea sails.
Yeah, by the seashore.
I was gonna make that joke too.
But yeah, okay. I was thinking it was D for whatever reason. So my Trypticon is fine, except for the battery compartment is corroded out because, like, between the age of 7 and 14, I never took the batteries out of it.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that more times than I can count.
Yeah, but yeah, he's a nice toy, and the fact that he's complete and comes with bits that as a kid that I didn't know what to do with, that's also also pretty nice. I should pick it up, but I missed the Amazon Lightning deal.
Still not a terrible price at regular price though.
tfrd.net/Trypticon. Yeah, no, it's not. So, Matt, so how does he feel? What is it? You never had the original, so you can't compare it to that. But, like, are you satisfied with it from a build quality? Does it feel like solid and everything?
It's nice and solid. His one leg kind of comes loose every now and then, but it's not doing it right now. I think I finally got it to lock.
Okay.
So,
But on a scale from 0 to beat a child with it, how sturdy is it?
Oh, no child beating, please.
Yeah, it's a G1 toy. It wouldn't hold up.
He is pretty solid.
Especially with those C
but,
batteries in it.
Plastic quality feels really, really good. I mean, it's on par with anything else I've got. Seems great.
Now I'm stuck trying to remember how to transform Follow Cybertron Grimlock. I don't remember it being this hard.
That's what she said.
So this week in history.
Oh, nobody else got anything? Okay. So this week in history, we celebrate 29 years of Transformers Mystery of Convoy, or Mystery of Convoy, depending on how you've translated it. I prefer saying Mystery of Convoy because I don't know why. I just do.
I can guarantee you there's people out there who've been trying to play this game for 29 years and still haven't beaten it.
I've not. I've never beaten it. I don't think I've got past level 2. Okay.
There's a level 2?
I know.
There is a level 2.
So I'll say this. Spoilers, but a friend of mine participated in the Extra Life thing last a couple weeks ago that Twitch put on, and I want to do it again. I want to do it this year with us, trading off time and such. It's a 24-hour live stream to help the Children's Miracle Network. We will have at least 1 hour dedicated to Mystery of Convoy. At least.
That should be enough time for everybody in the group to get frustrated and give up on it.
Yeah. So yeah, I do proudly own a cartridge version of this game, which after owning it for like 12 or 13 years, I was able to test once I got my Retron 5, which I sold not long after because it's an otherwise useless console. But yeah, it's a terrible game, and you shouldn't play it. There should be a Surgeon General's warning on it.
The only thing I want to see with this game is someone to do a tool-assisted speed run of it.
Yeah, like with Game Genie codes or something.
Well, tool-assisted speedrun uses an emulator, and basically the way you program it is you do a frame-by-frame advance through the game, recording button inputs as you go through.
Ah.
And then from that program, a computer runs the game according to that pattern, and theoretically it can speedrun a game. Like, there's Super Mario speedruns that are under 10 minutes long using a tool-assisted speedrun.
That's cool.
Yeah. And you should see stuff like Mario 64 where they can pull off amazing glitches that would be impossible for a human player just because of the timing and repetition needed. You can actually do a no-star run of Mario 64.
What? Okay.
Yeah, because you glitch through like the barriers that stop you from advancing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love Mario 64. Now,
Me too.
I kind of just want to play that now. Let's just skip the show this week, and I'll play Mario 64.
Yeah, there's no news. I mean,
I was able to get all 120 stars in that game. I'm pretty proud of that. Okay, so...
well, that's why Mario 64 is so good. I'll get off this in just a second, but it's so good because it is very easily possible to do completion on it, but the game is still challenging.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great game. Okay, so Oh yeah, just a reminder. You can get the show notes for this episode at tfradio.net/445, and we link to most, if not all, of the items in the episode. So, what was that?
My dog knocked over some stuff.
Was it Trypticon?
No,
Was it Kronos?
that's why I did. No, it would have broke. Oh, there more stuff. Thanks.
Send him over to Don's.
Yeah.
He can knock over Kronos.
Oh, he would go. She would go after Massey.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I can't have that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, and I would feel so
probably
sorry
lose.
for that dog.
Yeah, Massey. Yeah,
yeah.
Massey would win.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so just a side note. It's not that Fall of Cybertron Grimlock is hard to transform. It's just that
You're incompetent.
no, it's just that it's angled wrong. It's like I had to. It's like I had to force it into for the tail to combine. That's not good. Okay. So, so Titans Return, the fan vote results are in, and I didn't even get a chance to vote because I forgot. And the winner is Trypticon.
Yeah, I wouldn't have bothered with voting anyway.
Yay.
I'm kind of bummed.
I am too.
You're wrong.
Look, one word for you: Cerebros. The robot that turns into a dinosaur's head. As long as that comes true, I'm fine with it.
So, Cerebros equivalent for Trypticon.
Yeah, Cerebros.
Oh, Cerebros. That's right. Sorry, I saw that in a tweet form. It just doesn't come across, and
yeah, I know.
yeah. Trypticon. I love Trypticon. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Trypticon, but I just don't know how well he's going to transform. He's going to translate to a modern style transformer, especially in that scale. I know it's not going to be the same, but my mind always goes back to that stupid mouse that Takara did, or whoever did. That's just so raptor-like. Like he's a big beefy transformer. I just worry that he's going to be like skinny and such, like Metroplex was.
Do you think the length is going to be the problem? Because he is, with his tail, he should be pretty long, and how his body kind of slopes. It's going to be. I think it would take more mass, more plastic to make him, in proportion, the same size as Metroplex.
He's not going to be the same size.
He's going to be shorter.
He's
not going to be
mass.
he's not going to be as wide. They'll shift the mass around.
Yeah, it'll be comparable mass, I think, but not size.
I don't know. I'm just happy we got a Decepticon.
Yes, but thing is, I wanted all three.
Well,
I don't think you have to
want
worry
all
too much about
three.
that.
Yeah, I'm sure it will happen, but I wanted Scorponok because we're getting the rest of the headmasters this year. I thought it would have been nice to finish out the line.
Now, Scorponok needs to be leader class.
Yeah, that could be.
It's not going to happen. Fortress Maximus should have been too, but we're not getting that 8. So
Yeah, I would be fine with a leader class Scorponok.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Scorponok, Overlord.
Omega Supreme they could do as a leader class too, probably.
No, that's too small. That needs
No?
to be a Titan class.
Okay.
and they need to do that one last anyway, just to draw
It-
it out.
Omega Supreme needs to be a Titan class so they can work in as much of the original gimmick ideas as possible within the budget.
that would be cool. Couldn't they bring back the Supreme class or something equivalent to it?
That's basically what Titan class is turning into at this point, I think.
Yeah, I would like to see something between leader and Titan. So I guess it's not. What
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you on that. There needs to be an intermediate price point, but I really suspect by the time Trypticon comes out, we'll have a hard time telling that from Energon Omega Supreme and overall volume.
Probably. But yeah, so Trypticon, I seriously doubt he'll have any kind of walking gimmick or anything, but that would be really cool. But yeah, if we can get a Cerebros, I will be more than happy.
Hopefully we get all three though. All three in Titan. The other two losers. I wonder who came in second.
Well, that's what I was wondering too. Like, what were the actual complete results?
I honestly didn't know who was going to win. I just assumed that
I was pretty sure it was going to be Trypticon.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was going to be Trypticon.
I was just sure that it wasn't going to be a Mega Supreme.
I see. I was thinking Omega Supreme probably came in second.
That's what I was thinking too, but
I don't know. I just think it would make sense for Scorponok to go against Fort Max, but I just don't see anybody being that interested in a Omega Supreme because it's kind of boring.
Well, there's always Paladin.
Yeah,
And me, I voted for Omega.
I like Omega Supreme too, but
I'm interested in seeing an Omega Supreme done in a G1 style, or at least a G1 transformation, as opposed to the Omega Supremes that we've gotten.
well, then probably
throughout the years.
probably at the end of 2018 you'll see it.
Yeah, or 2020 or.
Well, I think they could have done a good Omega Supreme with a G1 kind of base mode, but also having the more animated arc as the transformation. I think
No one wants animated.
I didn't. I
Everyone wants animated.
anyway.
I mean, I could. Yeah,
I would like a classic style Omega that turns into an arc style ship,
yes.
like animated. And I think that's the
That's-
idea Don's trying to express.
Yeah, that way everybody kind of gets close to. I mean, no one's going to win 100%, but at least everyone's get close to what they want.
I would take an arc Omega Supreme.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like just a decent sized toy of the arc.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got the
Whether it's
freaking
Omega
planet
Supreme or not.
Cybertron. Why don't we have an arc?
Yeah.
Well, remember what happened? We did have the arc kind of in the movie line, and it really didn't do that well. Again, it was the movie line, but still, it was an arc.
Well, we just
Wrong
got the
one,
arc
though.
with
Stop
the
comparing the
Dinobot
things.
set.
Oh god. Okay, so moving along. So Unite Warriors Galvatronus revealed, sorta. So I'm pulling it
But
up.
it's only more confusing.
Oh,
Yeah.
this isn't the okay, somebody just added this. This isn't the speed lines photo.
No, this is accidentally leaked by a Yahoo Japan article.
Add this here.
And it's confusing.
Okay, so basically, the best guesses right now, that is a G1 Galvatron torso, toy colors, but it looks like it's going to be a cartoon-colored Cyclonus on the other side, because you can see on the edges there's purple forearms. You can see on the edge of the thighs the forearms are still purple, and there's a lot of the cartoon, like, blue-purple visible around the toy. So it looks like they're going to have it just color change between modes, basically.
I don't like it at all.
I'm going to be
I
interested
like
to see
it.
what the Cyclonus looks like.
Yeah.
But there's a G1 Starscream for an arm. There's what really looks like an Armada Thrust for an arm. Best theory right now is that it might be a Prime Breakdown inspired off-road as one of the legs. And then that Rook mold is just a complete question mark.
So what is this? What is the speculation on Starscream?
It's a G1 Starscream, like G1 colored
Made from
Starscream.
From Air Raid.
Made from
Yeah.
Air Raid. Okay.
Yeah. And the Thrust is Skydive.
Gosh.
It's a strange one.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Uh-huh.
It makes
Yeah,
as
but
much
it's kind of amazing that way.
Yes.
he's like an analog to Skyrain,
Sort of.
who makes as much
Kind of.
about as much sense to me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This
Well,
is-
with Skyrain, I mean, Skyrain is a bonus. The whole point of the toy is Sky Lynx. That they just had to pretend it combined with stuff to fit in the line.
Yes, and the point of this one is still kind of to be determined.
Yeah. I think we're going to get a better look at this in the hobby magazines this month.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
thing I can keep thinking is Galvatron kills Starscream and then grabs him and like puts him on his arm.
Well, that's what somebody suggested. I don't know who it was. Somebody suggested like this is an assortment of characters that Galvatron killed or was responsible for having die.
I would buy that. Okay, so that would be an
Ah.
instance where the fiction around it could sell.
Well, yeah,
well.
and I think
Yeah.
in any case the fiction around this is what's going to be the strongest point of it.
Yeah.
It's like a bot concept but better.
Yeah, no offense to the BotCon set, but this is
So-
I would actually buy it based on that.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
like Revenge of the Fallen Prime. He just like slaps corpses on himself as upgrades.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, let's be glad that BotCon didn't do this because this will even importing it would probably be cheaper than a BotCon set.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it'll be cheaper than the subscription set next year.
Yeah.
So, actually, this isn't in the show notes, but I do want to talk about it. So, you guys picked up Trypticon as was it a Black Friday deal or was it a Cyber Monday deal?
Both.
I got it on Cyber Monday.
Okay, so did anybody else pick up any other Black Friday or Cyber Monday Transformers?
No, but I saw an interesting sale from.
Okay. Okay, so you're talking about the BotCon, or the Fun Pups?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about that. So, I mean, elephant in the room. There are thoughts and concerns. Concerns is not the right word, but speculation that this might be the last year for BotCon for various reasons. And fuel to the flames. There was a Black Friday sale where some toys had some very deep discounts, including the 2013. Was it the 2013 box set?
Yeah.
For $125. So in the past, Fun Publications has said that to maintain the integrity of the sale, the value that the collector has invested in the BotCon sets, that they were never going to discount them. But that's a pretty substantial discount.
Yep.
And what surprises me even more that the two sets that just recently came out within the last couple months, I think it was just July or August, the Bats with the Old Snake and the Mercer Fairborn with the Cycle, they
Afterburner.
put
Afterbreaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They put them on the sale too, which is surprising because they're so new. I can kind of understand the box set because maybe they had an extra abundance of that particular box set, but figures that they just got, they could have rode the regular price on those at least till another BotCon because they didn't have them for sale at the last BotCon.
That is true. That's a good point. I actually didn't think about that, I didn't want to avoid that because it's kind of an awkward subject. But I mean, it's sort of a touchy subject in general when it comes to this sort of thing. But I didn't want to ignore it either. So take that for what you will. Basically, 66% off the price of that BotCon set is what that was. And it's very possible that they're doing it because they're not going to be able to sell that stuff in the future for whatever reason. Entire speculation. Don't know a thing, but I did want to mention that. So this Minicon Battle Pack, Optimus and Sideswipe, photos of Robots in Disguise 2016 Wave 1 set of 2.
Okay, so these are what they were talking about at the conference call a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Cyberverse Commander size figures that come with the add-on armor and then a Minicon. And judging by the price for the pre-order of the set of 2, it looks like the retail on these is going to be about $18.
Seems kind of steep.
Yeah, especially since this is basically equivalent to what Power Core Combiner singles were
Okay,
in
it
terms
says,
of toy mass.
it says it's $29.99 for the pair, so...
Okay, I thought Entertainment Earth had it listed at like 33.
Okay, Big Bad has it for $29.99 for the pair, so it could be...
Okay, if they're Warrior class price, that's not so bad.
Yeah, that's, I think, about right for a set like this.
Yeah.
I would think it would be more than that, honestly, because aren't the Warrior class figures by themselves $15?
Well,
Right, but
this-
it's a smaller figure and then just some simple accessories to fill out the space.
Oh, it's not a Warrior class figure.
Right.
Ah.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, still, even if it was Warrior class or whatever, man, I have a hard time swallowing $15 for that.
I could see $15 for these just because there's a lot of toy in the package.
Yeah.
Because you get the armor that can be weapons and add-on pieces for the figure. You get a Minicon if you got, other Minicon system stuff that adds to that too. And you get the Cyberverse Commander figures. If they're built the same way as the standalone ones, those are well-designed figures for their price point and the complexity you expect out of them. So it's not an overall bad package. And the Grimlock one, I think is Wave 2, you can put a big T-Rex head on one of the hands. And that's kind of hard to argue with.
Yeah, that's true. So, like, I've been having a lot of conversation with a friend at work about like the price point of toys. He's a big fan of another Hasbro property, not Transformers, and we've been talking about like,
My Little Pony.
No,
Star Wars, probably.
no,
Oh.
none of that. No, actually,
Well,
Well, we know it's
Quincy
not
is-
GI
oh,
Joe.
nope.
Marvel.
Marvel.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Nerf.
Oh,
Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast. It's owned by Hasbro. So
yes.
we've been talking about the state of both businesses, how Hasbro approaches managing that business, managing this business, and like we both work for for a major Fortune 50 company, and we're sort of talking about things in terms of how the business works. And I've been doing a lot of thought lately around like who these toys are targeted toward, who the actual consumer is. And in my mind, something like this, the consumer is squarely in that kid age bracket. And like I just don't see a kid spending $15 to $20 on these. It just seems like that. It just seems like this is more of a price point for a collector. And it seems like Hasbro may be confusing their targeted audience. To me.
It's a tough call.
Yeah, I can't say I agree with that just because there's a lot of built-in play factor to this because it's a Decepticon Minicon with Autobot characters. And again, there's add-on pieces so you can do different things with the main figure in there too. It's a way for that same $15 that the Warrior class toys cost without doing anything extra. You get a lot more out of it for that same price.
I'm also forming this opinion without actually having played with these. So maybe
Fair enough.
maybe actually looking at them and playing with them, I might say, yeah, these are actually worth that.
I'll put it this way: I bought a Warrior class figure for full price and have not been inclined to go back and get any more just because what they are for that price point feels a little bit like it falls short. These I'm interested in picking up a couple of.
So like the Warrior class figures, and I do not mean this, I do not mean they're knockoffs, but they feel like knockoffs. Like, if you know what I mean, like the scaled up, they're scaled, basically effectively scaled up Legends toys, at least when it comes to complexity. And it just kind of feels like the stuff that you might used to get at Big Lots or Family Dollar. That's just like a scaled up Minicon or whatever.
I really can't agree with that at all. I mean, they're more simple than like a Generations Deluxe, but that's part of it's the point of their existence.
Entirely, it is the point. But as a collector and a fan, they're just in this weird area. Like, I love Legends. I love simplified toys when they're in the Legends scale. But when you scale them up, it's just like, I don't really see the point.
See, I'm gonna agree with Brian that our deluxes, our generation deluxes, are kind of simplified now, and it may be due to Combiner Wars, but and hopefully once we get out of figures that have to be an arm and a leg, they can kind of increase the complexity a little bit. Yeah, but the generations definitely feel a lot simplified.
I kind of want to say something though when it comes to that. So part of me, when it comes to the simplification of the Warrior class stuff, it's like there's a lot of empty space and a lot of tricks that they do with making the toy look larger and more and fuller than it is, when in fact it's missing a lot of volume. I actually kind of like the simplified generation stuff that we're getting though, because I like toys with really simple, elegant transformations. And while the generation stuff is getting kind of boring because they're reusing molds, I really like intuitive transformations. I love intuitive transformations, and I get that out of the Combiner Wars Deluxes.
And I don't think that's going away either. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, in my opinion, the Combiner Wars stuff in particular is as complex as it needs to be. And a lot of the generation stuff that came out, not in like the year or so before that, but like before the last break with the like Fall of Cybertron or War for Cybertron stuff, things like that, an awful lot from that period was more complicated than it needed to be, just for the sake of complexity.
I think they're a little light on complexity right now for generations. I don't want crazy complexity. I kind of want something in the middle, and the only reason I'm giving the generations Combiner Wars a pass right now is because I know that they have to be an arm and a leg and a robot.
I know, I totally see where you're coming from, and like I don't disagree. It's just like collectors are as big a part of the Transformers as they've ever been. I think it may be because sales are down somewhat, but like as a collector's line, like collectors tend to want slightly more. We're adults. We want slightly more engaging, transformations. So like they are really simple. I like an elegant transformation. It doesn't even have to be a super simple transformation as long as it's intuitive and makes sense. And with that said, it would be nice. I totally understand that it would be really awesome if some of the transformations were a little more involved.
Before we move off of this, one of the things the current round of Hasbro designers basically came in with was they want the toys to be simple and easy to handle. So Combiner Wars has a certain simplicity to it because of the necessity of how it all has to work together. But even with the Titans Return stuff, they were saying outright the toys aren't going to become more complex, but they will be more detailed and like visually complex. So simple transformations like what we're seeing that's the baseline, that's the norm that they want to pursue at this point, so that all the mainline toys are easy for everyone to handle. And I'm personally fine with that because I like being able to just pick up a toy and go between modes in a few seconds. There's a lot of toys I have that I don't ever want to bother transforming just because it takes too much effort.
I was sitting here fiddling with Grimlock, and the reason I was fiddling with it is because I didn't want to break it. So, I totally he's actually, as far as like a transformation goes, like a nice sweet spot. If I just don't, fear that I'm going to snap something off by forcing it.
I think the difference we're going to see when we transition off of Combiner Wars is that there's going to be more variety in the way things transform in a simple way, because with how Combiner Wars has to be, even setting aside the mold reuse aspect, there has to be a lot of common movements and chunks of body that are solid unto themselves and separate from the rest. So you get a lot of repetition in how they're engineered. And I think we'll see that fall away as we go into Titan's Return, where everything is a standalone figure.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris is definitely right. Just as a last point, from seeing the Titan Return or the Titan Returns, is that what we're calling it now?
Titan's Return.
Yeah, that's the one.
From seeing them up close,
you've actually held them.
Yeah, the Combiner Wars stuff looks like knockoffs. Like they weren't that crazy about details.
The farther you go into the generation stuff, like waves 5 and 6, they especially do because of mold degradation.
Yeah, but the
sad but
the
true.
Titans Return stuff is definitely more visually interesting and almost gives it that third-party look, to where you get that same sort of visual interest in a third-party toy. I think Hasbro is starting to realize that they may not have to match the complexity, but at least if they can match the look, that the line will sell a lot better.
Yeah, I won't say that Hasbro responds to what third parties are doing in terms of how they plan out their lines, because the lead time on everything is too long for that to really be viable, even setting any other concerns about it aside. But they can certainly look at like design trends and stuff, look at what we're responding to overall, and kind of be like, okay, let's shift a little bit to this. It's not going to affect how we design the toys, but if we can make the visuals look a little bit more engaging, that might be a little bit more appealing for our fans and customers.
Yeah, I mean, if you go on any board that's talking about, figures that haven't come out yet, everyone's talking about how they visually look because no one knows how they transform yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the main focus for everyone when that third-party figure is first revealed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, just to jump in real quick, I have probably 6 or 7 different versions of Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime leader class.
I'm sorry.
Well, I've got the Buster version Toys R Us had 2 years ago. I picked up the clear version at BotCon this year. I've got the black and gold that Hydra helped me get from Amazon a couple years ago. I love that mold, but I have not physically transformed any of those figures in a very long time. They look great, but the complexity is daunting, even for someone who's been doing it as long as I have.
Yeah.
The Warrior class, I don't mind them being simpler, but the price point doesn't reflect the simplicity because of the decos. You know, if they had better decos, I would. I in my head, I can adjust a better paint job like what Takara may give us with a simpler transformation for around the same price. But the deco's not there, the complexity's not there, and they're still charging the same price as Combiner Wars. So there needs to be a balance there that I don't think is there yet.
I agree. And I'm taking a photo of Grimlock with my Windows tablet, so that's the reason I'm kind of quiet.
I think the Warrior class toys need to be back at the $12 price point, and I think the way they're designed, I think that was Hasbro's intent for it. I think the retailers might be padding their margin on it though, and just every Transformer that's this size we're going to sell for $15, and we're just going to get 15% more profit off of this line on the odd occasion when somebody buys one.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: when I bought first RID Grimlock, the green version at Kmart on sale for $10. That is an absolutely fine toy for $10, and I like him.
Yeah,
I paid about $13 for gold Grimlock. That was the slight remold, and again, because of the deco and the paint job, to me that was worth the $13 because there was some remolding and it was paint. It was more paint on there. But Sideswipe, I bought Sideswipe, and it is. That figure is so blah. It's so much red plastic, or if it's painted, it's just all red. There's no detailing or nothing, and it's a $16 toy, and the Toys R Us version is almost $18 now. So it's like it doesn't make any sense on what they're trying to achieve there.
If I was going to go in for more Warrior class toys, I would probably just opt for the Takara versions. It's not a small jump in price. It's not a huge jump either, but there's also a lot more paint that comes with that.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to go in for this and overpay for them anyway, I'll overpay a little bit more and get a more detailed looking figure out of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we move on to the next thing since we've been on this for about 15 minutes?
Very
now.
good point. Okay, so
good talk, but
Unite Warriors Defensor, first in hand photos. So, who cares about Groove at this point? Anybody?
I do.
really
He
like
looks
Groove.
nice.
Yeah, I want to get that if there's ever some way to get it besides this set.
Groove looks interesting, and I'm going to be very interested when I get my hands on one to compare it to how Hasbro designed limbs are, because this looks like it has very different philosophies behind it.
Yeah, doesn't it?
I don't know.
I'm going to remain in neutral language about this until I can actually handle one and decide how it feels.
I'm going to say it looks pretty close to what Hasbro would have done.
Yeah, it looks it looks bog standard Combiner Wars to me. I see the clamshell legs. I can see the armature for the knee. It's a Combiner Wars toy. What do you want?
The engineering's there. It's just something about the way it looks that feels. I'm going to use the word alien here, which I still feel like has a slight negative bent to it, but
I say the distribution of the mass of it is different than the Combiner War stuff. He's less blocky. He's still blocky. He is incredibly blocky for a motorcycle, but it is definitely more balanced, maybe. I don't know. It's to me, it's definitely different.
Mm-hmm. I have to say though, look, because I've not really been following Unite Warriors Defensor since it's not a Guard City color, and I'm just saying, of all the ones, I would love to double dip on all of them, but I can't, and I'm already double dipping on Defensor and probably Bruticus. I mean, on a Devastator and Bruticus, but I have to say, not having Rook in that set and because Rook is a little hard to use as a leg, but I have to say visually with Groove it's more balanced than I thought it would be. But that could just be the G1 guy and me saying that's the right Defensor because it has Groove.
Yeah, I guess Rook could be seen as hard to use in terms of visual balance because it is so wide and boxy. It doesn't really match with a lot of the other options quite right, but functional terms, I've never had a problem with Rook as a leg on anyone.
No, mine's been a leg ever since I got him.
Oh yeah, I was able to throw a mine to get it to be the same height as a Streetwise, but because I don't like using him as an arm, I prefer him being the leg. But I'm just saying visually, this Defensor a lot better balanced.
The only problem I have with the set from a visual perspective is Hotspot.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like this deco for Hotspot.
They
at
ruined
all.
What
Hotspot? How
deco?
is that possible?
What deco?
Yeah,
Yes, well.
it's just
he's just
blue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
he's
very
either-
strongly considering after I
It's a
get
really
the set
nice
in-
blue.
Oh yes, I love the shade of blue plastic they used, but I'm very strongly considering after I get this in, I'm going to take it to Hey Mickey and see if he can put the Hasbro paint details back on it.
Yeah, because
So
I
then it
mean,
will
it's
look
just.
perfect.
I mean, it's just all the highlight colors that broke up the blue that made Hotspot look as good as he does.
Yeah.
Is gone.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
I-
it just
I like the blue in the chest. I
On the
really
torso.
like that. But if they could have added the lines back in or the red paint, that's all it really needs is just the red paint on those slats.
Yeah, it needs something to break up the big fields of blue. I like the blue added to the torso mode chest.
Yeah.
That looks nice, I think, because I thought the Hasbro one, the chest plate was a little bit too big looking, all being black. But like that needs the silver and the red stripes in there, and I really think the robot needs the equivalent deco on there too.
well, the silver would help pull in the legs visually, and the
Mhm.
red would help pull the arms in. So you'd have a lot more of a cohesive balance of color
Yeah.
than you just have bright red and white limbs, and then you've got the silver and white on the legs. It's just he doesn't look like he's combined right.
But again, I love the shade of blue plastic they put on this hotspot. And since I can most likely get the details I want added in after the fact, small complaints.
Yeah.
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 Come on, Guard City recolor.
It's a good looking set overall. It's just, little complaints.
It's a good set.
It's a good set.
And I know this Big Bad Toy Store reset their expected arrival to early December specifically, so that should be any time now.
Oh crap!
And also, Devastator should be hitting
I canceled
soon
that.
too.
Devastator's
Devastator-
closer to Christmas, I believe.
Yeah.
Like
I
probably
think-
right after.
I think, okay, so the Japanese release of Defensor got pushed back 2 weeks. I think in non-Japan Asia, it still came out over the last weekend. That's why we're starting to get in-hand pictures of it already. With the collector's coin, which is specifically the Hasbro Asia distribution of it that has that. So that's probably where Big Bad Toy Store is getting theirs from, which is why it's probably going to hit them at the same time as or earlier than the Takara Tomy Mall release happens.
Well, I guess I
Yeah.
gotta pay for that. Great. Okay, so we have quite a few photos of Sky Lynx, and I'll just share my favorites because why not? So here are some photos of the G1 Sky Lynx compared to Combiner Wars, and he is definitely different, but I don't hate it.
It's
Oh,
not
no.
that different.
Well, to me, that's like it's a classic Sky Lynx. That just
I'm
that's
excited for this. I like it.
Me too.
That's exactly what it is. Is you've got the detailing, you've got the better articulation, but this is for all intents and purposes, it's classic Sky Lynx.
You know what I'm excited for, though? I want to see the crazy remolding they do to get another character out of this.
Do you think they will?
Yeah.
I still
They have to, don't they?
It's Combiner Wars, yes.
Yeah, I still say they could recolor this in purple with the highlights. You wouldn't have the dreadlocks, but you could have the purple Griffin from Aerial Assault.
Yeah, I want to know if I can like.
What would it
Uh-huh.
transform into, though?
A shuttle.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
I mean, when
Blast
he,
off.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll just repaint Quickslinger and call it the Purple Griffin.
No. They will just repaint Skylynx purple and sell it as Blast Off.
hey, we're kidding, but if you wanted to use some Cybertron characters, you could have the dragon. Oh, what was his name?
Scourge.
Scourge.
Oh,
you
God.
could do him in Scourge colors. You could do him in Cryo Scourge colors, but that's kind of close to what you've already got with all that blue. You could maybe even have him as redone as Predaking. You might redo him as Prime Predaking.
All I know is if this has a male combiner port on it, I'm throwing it at you.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
Because that's how they would have to do the arm. They would have to have a male combiner.
Oh,
port.
if they made this as blast off later.
Yeah.
No, I just envision it would be completely unchanged from Sky Lynx, except blast off colors, and the cat head for the combiner mode would just be a big blast off head.
Yeah.
Or a big quickslinger head,
Quick
maybe.
slinger head, yes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can buy 2 of these and I can remove the shuttle from the top. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. You know, it's strange. I see this mold, and the character does not fit this mold, but for some reason I keep thinking Victory Leo, and I don't know why. It doesn't fit
I don't
this
know why
mold
either.
But that just popped in my head for some reason.
With the right remolding, I could kind of see it working as an alternate take on Victory Leo.
I mean,
Honestly,
I can kind of see it as a Victory Saber because you have 2 disparate toys that are like crammed together. But this is just one that was molded that way.
okay, here's how I'm seeing it. So you would get Victory Leo as a Takara thing, obviously, because that's where it'd be relevant. And then you get a team of Autobot car recolors again as, was it Road Caesar?
Road Caesar.
Yeah, for the limbs. And then the whole thing would just combine into Victory Saber.
I would buy that.
I would too, and it would be a better Road Caesar anyway.
Let's see here. So moving along, I don't really get this, but I wanted to mention it. So I guess there's not much to get. G1 package art prints, which includes the art from, I guess, primarily the back of the packaging. And,
Yeah, the big battle
and
mural.
they are cropped. It looks like,
Yeah.
which I hate. Are available
Yeah.
at Hobby Lobby. If you want to go to Hobby Lobby, if you want to support.
What's a
the
Hobby
idea-
Lobby?
Yeah, well, actually, I've got one right near.
Hobby Lobby, to most people's opinion now, is the Chick-fil-A of craft stores.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll be honest. I kind of like this. You know, I do kind of like
It's not
this.
terrible.
It looks
I think I would've
dull,
preferred-
and I don't know if that's the picture or if that's
Probably partly the photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have preferred just nice horizontal prints of these individual pieces of box art.
Well, yeah,
myself.
that would be my ideal thing too. But even if it had to be multiples, I would like them to at least have been like, instead of doing 6 on there, do 4 of them and not crop them.
not cropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was so much going on in every one
Oh, yeah.
that I can remember that they should not be cropped.
Yeah.
So my tweet finally went through. If anybody cares, at BKilby, and I retweeted at TF Radio from my crappy Windows tablet, the crappy photo of an OK toy. Okay, so let's see here. What else? Masterpiece Ramjet pre-orders are available. You can actually get it from Big Bad Toy Store and other places. I think if somebody had pre-ordered that from Big Bad, not necessarily me, it was like $175.
Yeah, I was really happy to see this go back up, and then I saw the price, and it's like I don't need a Ramjet that bad. As much as
That's cheaper than Skywarp or Thundercracker were by a good amount.
Oh yeah, for those special versions, yeah. But I mean, it's just.
I mean, who would pre-order that?
Just
Me.
in case Kim's
Me.
listening,
Moving along,
I would have not pre-ordered this.
and I don't remember. I think when we started the show, Don was ordering these. I don't know if we actually went into it.
I think that was in pre-show, but
Oh, he was still ordering when we started.
Yeah, I ran into a slight issue. Apparently, when they redid the site, they dropped all my information out.
Okay, so Hasbro
Kim's
Toy
at my door going, "What did you say about me?"
The new site is terrible.
I haven't gone to it yet.
It's not.
But Hasbro
Anyway,
Toy
Hasbro
the
Toy
story,
Shop
The
has-
story is Hasbro Toy Shop has Generations Legends minus Pipes and Red Warriors minus Megatronus, which that's a Toys R Us exclusive.
and
so they're
Fracture now.
and Fracture, but they're not going to get Megatronus and Minicon deployers.
No, okay. So once again, 2 versions of Megatronus. One has the battle mask, that's Toys R Us exclusive. One has a face, that's general retail.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, he still sucks, and
And it's still not available to buy, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
yep. So if you want those, if you want Megatron,
and the new Minicon deployers.
Including that really nice looking Overload. Don't know if it's any good as a toy, but it sure does look good.
Oh, it's a really cool looking design.
I went ahead and ordered it. I will let you know.
Please be the canary in that mine for us, Don.
Yes.
Tweet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I may even try my first review on that.
If
Go
this
for
was
it.
superhero time, tweet would be Don's intro quote.
Yeah, I don't take the time to do that. So, okay, so let's see here. So,
Do it for the year. Do it for the year in review special, and save tweet for that.
That's not a bad idea.
yeah.
I know it's more work than Kilby wants to go through, and I understand that because that's like when I do this, I'm actually writing down as we go through lines to use as intro quotes, so I can just easily go back through and pick them out later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotcha.
Hey, so again, thanks to Amazon. If you had purchased Platinum Edition Trypticon, if you have purchased Combiner Wars Devastator or Transformers Devastation during the recent price reduction, actually, let me check real quick to see if Devastation is still available. It's okay. The price has gone back up a little bit. It's like $38.51. It had dropped down to $30. But again, if you want to pick those up, they make wonderful Christmas gifts. Trypticon is tfradio.net/Trypticon. Devastator is tfradio.net/Devastator. And Devastation is tfradio.net/TFGame. You can buy anything from Amazon. Amazon sends back a little bit of money our way for sending you there. You don't have to pay a cent more, and it helps us out. Please remember, it's the season for giving. So if you're going to give, tfradio.net/Amazon.
Or if you don't want to give, just buy yourself a Trypticon because he's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you get Trypticon, no matter how beautiful the box is, no matter how glorious it looks in the box, take your Trypticon out and play with it. That toy is meant to be played with, and take full tit and go vroom vroom and slide him down the ramp and take him in Metroplex and crash them together.
Yes.
Staying in the box.
And if you do order Trypticon, don't forget to order some C-cell batteries.
Yes.
You'll need those when you take it out of the box and play with it, as Don recommends.
Yes. So again, tfradio.net. Click on the Amazon link. I just balanced the budget, and I'm still technically paying for XV's new headset. So tfradio.net/Amazon.
Oh, but it's so worth it.
It's a great headset. I want it. Okay, so let's see here. Moving along, third-party news. We have... so I mentioned this. I put this in here because I saw some people really talking about how much they like Transistor. I don't know why. Diecast, did you review Transistor?
Yes, and I liked it. I did not like the paint quality, which this fixes.
So this is the pure red. What do they call it? The
pure red. Yeah.
So
Not
so
metallic this time.
The original one was all paint covered metallic. So what is this going to be? Just red plastic?
Yeah.
That works.
I mean, is
it going to be cheaper for that benefit?
Not really.
Okay.
No, probably same
Well,
price.
I mean,
It's pretty expensive. Yeah.
it's a nice looking toy, but guess what? I have a Titans Return one that's coming out. So I like if I wanted I'm going to put it. I have air quotes. If you're watching video, I do have the photo up, so you don't see this, but air quotes masterpiece ish, kind of sort of intended quality. But I'm just holding out for Titans Return.
You
The
know,
one that
and
will actually be fun to do things with.
yeah, the thing about this is the people who really wanted a third-party blaster probably already bought this, and the amount of people that are going to rebuy it to get the pure red edition
It's really sad.
is really small, probably. So I don't know that this is a great thing for them to do. A lot of people requested it, but I don't know that I would have done this.
Was the twin cast use of this metallic painted too?
No,
No.
It was flat. It was that flat blue.
Matte color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which means that in a couple months they're going to be advertising metallic twin
Blue.
cast.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. I really like the looks of this the flat red version of this blaster, and I like the transformation. How everything folds away, and it all cleans up really nice. I'll admit I'm tempted by this.
It's a great transformation, and if you don't
It
have
looks
this
nice.
and you stayed away from it because of the paint issue, this is the perfect time to pick it up.
They're up to
the
third issuing too, so they probably got most of the QC problems worked out by now.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I've watched videos about this mold, and it looks like it's designed pretty well. I don't feel
It's too
a need for
expensive.
it myself. Yeah, basically.
Sharp edges.
There could be.
Like,
I mean,
like the one KFC toy. No, actually, not the one KFC toy, but the most expensive KFC toy I bought still had sharp edges, and I scratched myself pretty bad on it. So,
I never had that problem with Citizen Stack.
yeah, Die Stack certainly one of the corners just scratched.
But
the-
Don,
Well,
you
his
look
name
like-
is Die. I mean, it's sort of in the name.
No, I didn't die though. It just scratched. It should have been Scratch Stack, and that would have made more sense.
Or Die Scratch.
Die Scratch. Okay.
That's German for the scratch.
Yes.
Yes.
I still want my fedora and trench coat for Stack.
So MMC Carnifex, Not-Overlord. Great.
Oh,
test
Don, I
shot.
don't want to see you in a fedora.
I do. Next week.
I would love to have one of them long London fall coats and a fedora. I could rock that look.
Okay, sweet. So Carnifex, Not-Overlord. Great test shot photos. Lots
This
of
looks
details.
so nice.
Does it
It
not?
does.
the chest
really
panels open up too.
It will be mine. I am buying this as soon as it goes up for pre-order.
Yes,
Are they going to have the little guys?
Well, I was just going to say they've built an expansion port, so at some point, someone, if not them, can put in Power Masters.
Yeah, I hope so.
So I forgot. He doesn't have Powered Masters in the comic, right?
Oh no, I
No.
mean there are no Power Masters in the comic.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
like I never saw them when he showed up.
Yeah.
So
Is that a beam saber?
Wow, he does look good. It's
yeah.
No, it's really nice looking. It's going to be really expensive because it's really big.
And I'm going to
It's
buy
like-
it anyway.
It's like Masterpiece Star Saber size.
it's like I've said before though, Chris. It's still cheaper if you want an Overlord in your collection.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's so much cheaper than you could even get a yellowed Overlord G1 version. I mean, this will be everyone's Overlord who's not lucky enough to be old like me.
Although I will counter your point, Don. Even if /1 I'm able to get this third party one, if the opportunity arose, I would still want to get a G1 version
Oh,
just
I don't-
because
He's a great
super
toy.
awesome.
Oh,
playset
yeah,
version.
he's a,
I don't-
he's a great toy.
yeah.
I don't
I
blame
mean,
you.
this wouldn't replace a G1 Overlord because G1 Overlord is one of the few vintage Transformers toys I really, really, really want to have someday.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
No, I mean this is a great modern stand-in.
Oh, exactly. I mean, because it's like I'm getting Grandis Hexatron as my 6-shot. I mean, as my great shot, because I am not paying the money that great shot brings.
So we've established that you're not going to pay it, but I forget how much does he go for?
The last one I saw had a yellowed body, one gun, and a slightly damaged box. $650,
Okay.
maybe.
I mean, it's kind of on the same magnitude as buying an Overlord, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay, so moving along. Next.
I was amused by this one.
Yeah.
This one I know Don's buying for at least one of the characters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those.
And I just,
It's. I'll be honest. I saw these and wasn't thinking about getting them because I kind of wanted the ones we've seen advertised through FunPub.
So it's the Doctor Wu only human
Yeah.
figurine set.
Yeah.
So-
But
but
these will work much better with your classics and generation
Right.
stuff, though, Don.
well, yeah, but I kind of wanted posability and I just wanted I didn't want little statuettes.
Okay, so what I want is a follow-up to this, which is one of the gangsters or whatever molded in a seated pose that you can put inside Leader Ultra Magnus.
Yes.
I want like Afterglow Rodimus though. I mean, I really kind of need that.
I don't.
With a coffee cup, just drinking
Yeah.
some coffee.
Yeah, I don't think he. Never mind.
Okay, so
I think it would be kind of neat to take these figures and like put each one in front of their respective transformer, just in the display. I don't know how much it's going to be for all four of these guys. I mean, I think it
Dr.
should
Wu
be
stuff
no
isn't very
more.
expensive.
Yeah, no more than like
and
30
these are
bucks.
small. These are small and not articulated. I think these will be pretty reasonably priced.
So what
Yeah.
Dr. Wu needs to do is knock off the Mega Bloks superposable body type and just make only human characters out of that.
Yes.
So what was her name? Was it Michelle in Only Human? The gangster's girlfriend / Rodimus's girlfriend. I want an old Snake, and I want a Michelle to go with these.
Well, you know,
Yeah, and a seated pilot for Ultra Magnus.
Yes.
you know, they look great. It's just I'm just not a big fan of figures that you can't do anything with them. They just are just.
Oh, and of course she has a TF
I'm
Wiki
with you
page. I just did a Google search and of course Michelle has an Only Human. I mean, of course Michelle has a TF Wiki site. So here she is. If you don't know who I'm talking about.
I would take a look.
Rodimus's booty call.
Yes. Well, I would almost say it's the other way around. I mean, it seems like she took advantage of Rodimus.
But yeah, they do look, and I still love the fact they found jumpsuits matching color.
I know, just like hanging there. Oops, close the chat. But yeah, I love Only Human. It's like the best episode ever. It's up there.
Yeah.
And
Well, season 3, I mean, it's full of good stuff.
And I will say,
It's not as good as season 2, of course, but it's still not bad.
I don't
But
remember.
it's hard to beat Bot, Don.
I don't remember if I've gone back and posted those episodes as standalone episodes of Transformers Rewind, but JD and Paladin recorded a solo episode review of that and just lambasted it. So I basically went back and forced a re-record where there's some balance on it. But if I'll go back and make sure that it's posted, and if so, at tfradio.net, click on the New Soundwave button. It'll be on the left, and I will make sure to post both of those episodes this
Why
week.
the new Soundwave button?
So New Soundwave is posted as its own podcast. I just haven't updated it in 6 months.
New Soundwave?
I'm sorry. Rewind.
Okay, yeah, I was getting confused.
I
too,
get
so I'm glad you
confused.
said something.
My brain doesn't work. So
we have so much content. We're confusing the head of the.
We had so many titles over the years for various podcasts.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you're starting to lose your mind, we'll just put you in the same, old person home as Don.
I really need it.
I'm sitting right here.
No,
Really.
no. If Kilby loses his mind, we'll send him to Torculon.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. I would love that. Okay, but Transformers Rewind. JD and Paladin recorded that. We re-recorded it. I'll make sure that both are posted this week.
Brian, did y'all do? I'm sure y'all have done Web World at some point.
Of course we did.
Yeah. So while you're there watching,
I don't know that. I've got 10 episodes posted out of 80 we recorded. So I don't. They're Web World is probably not there. So
Okay.
I actually need to go back in and post those.
Yeah.
And you should go and subscribe. We do have that on iTunes, and we of course have RSS feeds for it as well. So it's great. And I have a note in my Wunderlist task list. I've had it for 8 months to go in and update that feed. So.
Yeah, it's doing a lot of good, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Okay, so that's it for the news. On the network this week, we have Superhero Time, episode 258, and I don't know what Cowgirl B is.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
And Superhero Time presents that one episode of Star Trek, and I hate you for selecting this episode.
Why?
It's Menage a Troy. And let's see here.
Why do you hate me for selecting this episode?
This episode is great.
hey, is that the one with Q, or am I thinking of the wrong episode?
You're thinking of the wrong episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Troy's mother and Ferengi.
Oh God.
What a terrible episode.
That was not good.
Oh no, it's a great
wonderful.
episode.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was
It's a
not
perfect episode for podcasting about.
Yes.
You picked that over Darmok? Really?
Well, okay, Don, I'm not promising anything, but would you have wanted us to do Darmok on a week when you definitely weren't on the show?
Oh, that's true. That's true. That is true.
Again, I'm not promising or suggesting anything here. I'm just making a point.
Right.
Actually, now that we talk about this, is there any way that you might do the Magnificent Ferengi later?
Oh, that would be a good one.
I mean, it's always possible.
It's a great episode.
That is a fantastic episode.
It's always. there's a few things we've ruled out for sure, like Best of Both Worlds, too obvious. Wrath of Khan, I mean, stuff like that we wouldn't touch because it's
Pretty
too...
much any two-parters.
Best of Both Worlds, like the first how long was the episode total? About 42 minutes. The first 41 minutes and 30 seconds, it's boring.
And then for the second 41 minutes and 30 seconds, it's also boring.
Yeah, but the last 30 seconds of the first part is like the best thing that happened in the first 4 years of Star Trek. Yeah. But otherwise, it's
basically the rule is if it's like in the popular consciousness where it's something that gets talked about a lot anyway,
like Times Arrow.
Times Arrow. I was just thinking Times Arrow.
Or Chain of Command.
I love Chain of Command.
Oh, I love the episode too. I mean, that's
Cardassians are like Timberwolves. Okay.
Of course, you say that, and I kind of want to do that now because
just do part one. Do part one. Don't do part two. Do part one.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and if you do Times Arrow, then you can talk about that over the top, wonderful Mark Twain.
It's a werewolf.
Oh dear God.
Okay, so I love Star Trek so much, and I've said before I love Star Trek.
I think you need to do Times Arrow now.
I'll definitely listen. Okay, so get the Skitty episode 30. John and I commiserate about Thanksgiving. The RFC minicast episode 36, and I forget you guys were on this one. What happened? I forgot. The Titan.
This one we were talking about the Titan
Wars. Apparently some of my desires and things I want to see they're calling fan fiction. So
I can see that.
And let's see here, Being Awesome with Rob Springer, episode 36. I'm certain Rob does QA. He does a great job of keeping up with QA. And yeah, just check the show notes. He did QA. So he's got a huge following in Talk Transformers. So he also talks about Robots in Disguise and the vote on the Titans return Titan figure.
Right.
Yeah, and let's see here. So Rob, also on TFormers.
Also on TFormers, we have got XV's review of the Transformers 48, which is out today. And Hisashi Yuki did an unboxing, basically, a couple photos of Unite Warriors Devastator on Twitter this morning, just to get a good look at the package interior. And it's the first time I've seen the back.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it. Slow week.
It's a little disappointing that the box front is the same. It's I was kind of hoping for the Takara-fied box.
Yeah, it would be neat to see original box art for it, but
yeah, it is what it is.
Given that box art already existed, I don't really blame them for just going with that. And anyway, Transformers 48 is the best way I can describe it is it's the best characterization of a dog you will ever have in Transformers.
Yes. Yeah, I can't. I need to read it. I'm like a few issues back. I need to catch up.
Aren't you like 30 issues back?
No, that's of the Transformers. Wait, this is more than me.
That's what we're talking. No.
Okay,
no, this is the Transformers.
This is formerly Robots in Disguise.
No, I am like 39 issues back then. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I sat out last week and didn't have to talk about More Than Meets the Eye even briefly. Good.
I don't think I did either.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so hey, just FYI, if I haven't mentioned this in a couple weeks, so we went in and added individual RSS feeds and iTunes feeds for the RFC minicast, Being Awesome with Rob Springer, and we have a separate one out there for Radio Free Cybertron. So we had this consolidated feed, which we still have. So if you want to get all those shows, just subscribe there. But if you're only interested in RFC or Being Awesome, if that's the case, you're probably not listening to this. You can go in to subscribe to those in iTunes, and if you want to be nice, you can just subscribe to all of them. Just download like 7 or 8 times. I would love that.
We've also got separate feeds for that one episode of Star Trek and the after show when it posts.
Yeah.
Basically everything has a feed now.
Yeah, well, almost everything.
Everything that's currently being updated has a feed now.
True. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter at TF Radio, and me personally at BKilby. Matt does not exist on social media, but he should.
But and XZ is just not social.
Yeah. But Diecast is all over the internet. Diecast, how do we find you?
I am on Twitter at Diecast2, and I'm on Facebook at Andrew bathe on the little skeleton guy. I should probably update that photo. That would work.
It's not porn Robin.
No.
Okay.
Then maybe that's what I'll update it to.
I love that. If you have a good photo of that, it's kind of like a cross between a porn star, Robin, and the Hamburglar. Oh no, not the Hamburglar. The crook from what is the cereal that had the cookie toast?
Cookie.
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, Cookie Crisp. The cookie
Yeah.
crook.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm losing my mind, guys. So
Happens.
Yep.
And I'm probably other places, but those are the main two.
Well, you have that YouTube channel that you.
Oh yeah.
occasionally do.
Oh yeah. I forgot. See, I should have had the Make Toys Gundog in my hand by now, but it hasn't shown up, so I don't know if it got lost in the mail or
Well,
what.
Considering how many places have sold out of the tune of the tune version, someone probably bought it in transit.
But I also have, depending on how long it takes to come overseas, the upsized MP10 that I'll be reviewing soon. So, and you can subscribe to the reviews at tfradio.net/reviews.
yeah, and sooner or later I will actually make that a page instead of just redirect to YouTube. So, Don, you are on the interwebs too, right?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. And yeah. Sorry, I'm running out of steam.
Yeah, me too. I get it. And Chris doesn't want to participate. And Rob is all over the internet too.
Yeah, I'm at RAC2750 on Twitter, also at Flailthroughs on Twitter, and that'll do.
Did I read correctly on Twitter that you're playing through Fallout now? Fallout 4?
No, my brother is. I do not yet have a copy.
Okay. Does he like it?
Yes, he does. He loves it. He's
Especially now they've got to stop crashing on him every 5 minutes.
Yeah. Had to-
PC?
Actually had to underclock his graphics card a little bit because he's got like the bare minimum, and like there were 2 programs, Fallout being one of them, trying to overclock it at the same time.
Interesting.
So yeah, so he had to go in and actually lower the clock speed on the graphics card so Fallout would just bring it up to normal.
Wow. I like it. I don't love it yet, but of course I didn't love Skyrim when I first started playing either. Then 400 hours later, I'm like, I spent so much time in my life.
Yeah, there are things about it he's not like 100% in love with, but overall he is just playing the hell out of it and really enjoying it. I want to get a copy. Steam ID is also Flailthroughs if anybody's feeling generous. But yeah, I want to get a copy, but it'll be a while yet. But I have really enjoyed watching him play it because he has managed to pull off some amusing stuff.
Cool. Very cool. Okay, awesome. And you can find Justin Bieber on the internet at tfradio.net/Amazon, as well as whoever is popular.
Brian, you just revealed my secret identity.
True.
Why did you do that?
Got to pay for XV's headset. So,
Oh.
so we'll be back next week. God, I need caffeine. And for the guys, I've been Brian Kilby. We'll catch you later. Have a good one.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
And we all
Happy
just-
day.
Happy day.
And we